Hello, welcome to class.
Welcome to this week's class. Thank you so much for joining us. And we have a beautiful breathwork class today.
Yeah, so every movement we're going to do is going to encompass that instructed breathing. And our breath is so important, not only just to bring in that beautiful oxygen and expel that carbon dioxide, but also our emotional balance affects the way we breathe. So when we go through a lot of stress, we can tighten up here in the diaphragm. These passive lungs don't contract and expand the way they should, and that just brings in that low immunity, and everything starts to spiral, that you're not at ease. So basically, we can use part of our autonomous nervous system is that breathing. So it does it automatically, but we can also do it consciously. So by breathing consciously, doing classes like this or simple wave breathing while you're sitting there, if you're in a stressful situation, you can lower bring your nervous system, lower that stress level back to the parasympathetic of rest and digest. So consciously breathing is the most important thing we can do to then affect our emotional system. So not only does the emotional system affect our breath, we can also do it in reverse, breathe to get a better emotional balance. So hopefully I explained that well. It's a lot to take in, but let's just practice and see how we end up at the end of the practice. So let's just make sure we got soft knees, relaxed tailbone, tall spine, hands just over the lower dantian, is just below the navel. And just start to center yourself, feel the ground beneath your feet. And then inhale in through the nose and allow the diaphragm to come down and expand the belly out. When the belly's expanded, start to exhale through the nose and let the belly come back towards the spine. It's a beautiful way to strengthen that diaphragm, release that tension from it, calm that nervous system. Massage all those beautiful organs down in that abdomen area here, including the large intestine that runs just under the diaphragm. Takes pressure off the heart, clears and calms the mind. Bringing one hand up onto the chest now, we're going to just go straight into beautiful vagal breathing. So we're going to breathe in, expand the belly, up into the ribs, up into the chest for about 4 second duration. We're going to hold the breath, have a breath retention for 2, and then exhale, chest, ribs, belly back to the spine for about 6 to 8 seconds. Nice little pause at the bottom, and then start to inhale for 4 seconds. Belly, ribs, chest. Hold for 2, and then exhale, chest, ribs, belly back to the spine. It really gets you in tune with that breathing sequence. That pause at the top clears and stills the mind even more. And that longer exhale allows us to release and let go more of that carbon dioxide and anything that's attaching to our emotional system that's not serving us, and we want to release and let go. the hands down now. We just move gently into spinal cord breathing. You're just going to lift the arms all the way up, spiral them, elbows back and down. As we arch the spine a little bit backwards now, we bring the spine forwards into a nice arch as we bring the elbows together and exhale all the way out, squeeze out. So that nice big breath, inhale, belly, ribs, chest. Sipping in a little bit more at the top, expanding through those intercostal muscles, and then exhaling, chest, ribs, belly back to the spine. Squeeze out a little bit more. Opening up now to your right. You know, open up. Down to the right. Come back up to the right. Nice mindful twist back to center, and then exhale down. So we promised a beautiful breathwork sequence and spinal cord breathing. To get that spine to breathe in that nice cerebral fluid, activating the cervical pumps at the top and bottom of the spine. One more now. Beautiful, bringing those feet in now as we bring the hands to the heart.
A really lovely way to bring breath work into mindfulness practice is our beautiful snake sheds its skin. So it's a real way of letting go of the old, letting go of that old skin, but also bringing in the new, so really bringing in beautiful new Qi. It's always, we bring that up from the earth, composted and renewed. So let's come together at the heart center. Just take a few moments here to really connect with your own heart, connect with your own center. Really engage the thighs, the glute muscles as we work through nice back bends with this beautiful flow. We're just going to start by taking our hands from our heart center, just raise up a little bit, and then we're going to point them down towards the earth. Point them in and through, back up to our heart center. Now engage those glutes, the core as we open up wide. And if you can, a beautiful little back bend as we open up wide. Bringing our arms around as if we're hugging a tree. Then place the palms face down, push back down to the earth. Back of hands together, we draw up that center line. Then dropping the elbows, let go. Nice little sound maybe just to really release that breath. And bringing the hands together as we draw up, back of hands together as we draw up that center line, drawing in new fresh energy. Engage the glutes, the thighs as we open up once more for a beautiful back bend, and then coming all the way back to our heart center.
Taking a nice inhale here at the heart center. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, draw back up. Exhale as you engage and open with a little back bend. Inhale, scoot back in energy. Exhale, push down. Inhale, draw up. And then exhale as you release down to the earth. Inhale. And then engage again as you just do a beautiful opening up. Exhale, back. Inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale through the mouth. Inhale now. And then exhale. Bringing the hands back to the heart to settle yourself. And slowly bringing the feet into a wider position now. As we're now going to use the yang energy of these fine muscles to cleanse and purge and clear the upper body as we do a nice nourishing light squat. And we're going to come down into a squat only as deep as you can and just holding the hands here on the midi pod of the thigh. You're going to take a nice inhale and a beautiful long exhale as you look to the outside of one ankle, sinking down a little bit more. Your gaze comes through to the inside of that ankle, straight the way across to the inside of the opposite foot ankle, looking to the outside of that ankle, and then come back to center. Now we go the opposite way. Beautiful inhale here, beautiful long exhale as you gaze at the ankles. Come back to center. Then we'll go the opposite way again, building up that yang energy. Exhaling. We should have built up enough now as we gently inhale, rising up. Let things settle a little bit. Feel that cleansing. You might feel a little bit lightheaded. And then just pull it all down. We pull down the heavens. Inhale and then exhale.
And feel that flush of fresh energy. We inhale and then pull down, feeling as if you're bathing in new energy, refreshed and renewed.
Beautiful. Turning on that right foot now. So making sure your stance is at a nice position. This back foot here is a nice 45 degrees and you can see your toes. So a modification is just to have the hand on the thigh. If you want a more deeper stretch, if it is beautiful warrior flow, you can come down onto your forearm, onto the thigh. We're going to start to inhale as we come through with this back arm and we're going to stretch up. Then you exhale into the transition, your back arm's going to come all the way around as the front arm comes up the body. And then we inhale as we've got a little back bend into the stretch. Exhale in the transition, front arm comes down to the thigh. Inhale into the stretch as the back arm comes up. Exhaling. Inhale. So we're stretching the front of the body. We're stretching through the side of the body, the back of the body. We're compressing organs, expanding organs, helping to balance that emotional system. Every organ has an emotion attached to it. So we're bringing in all the good qualities, releasing the fear, bringing in the stillness for the kidneys, the spleen, releasing the worry, clearing, calming the mind, connection to our higher self. If that's on your liver side, you'll be releasing frustration, agitation, bringing in kindness and growth. Okay. One last time as we come all the way up. Back to center. The three hearts of the skies.
Really opening up that heart now, really shine it out up to the sky. And exhale down, nice little humble bow. And we open our hearts to life's possibilities. We open ourselves to new opportunities.
Okay, turning on that left foot now. Again, making sure your stance is where you want to be, and you can see your toes, hand on the thigh or the forearm onto the thigh. You choose wherever you are today. Beautifully inhale, we come up. Exhale, transition. Inhale, nice little reverse, bend, stretch. Exhale. Moving with breath really helps you to move in that rest and digest, where we can release that tension. Because when we're present and we're breathing, consciously breathing, we become present in that nervous system and we can't hold any tension, tightness. So it's easier to release and let go. One last time, as we come down, exhale as we come all the way back to that reverse bend. Inhale into that stretch. Come back to center. The 3 heart to the skies.
Nice, beautiful, full wave breath. It fills up with chi, life force energy now. Really exercise the lungs, the diaphragm, so we can now just really just embrace that breath.
Let's bring the feet in now and let's just center ourselves and move into wrist cross flow. The beautiful way we cross the inner and outer gates. So they're roughly 3 fingers up from the wrist on both sides. The inner part of the forearm, you've got your pericardium 6, so that's more your emotional balance. It's that sac of fluid, the heart protection, and the outer one is the triple warmer 5 that controls the energy between all the organs and gives us our immunity balance, if you want to think of it like that. So we're just going to start to inhale and we cross these points. Doesn't matter which hand's in front, you can alternate if you want to, but you can exhale as if you're pulling that energy, smoothing away and sending down to the earth for composting. Make sure your knees are nice and soft, tailbones relaxed. Tall spine as you inhale. Exhale. So you can connect with that energy as you relax down as much as you can. With each breath, you can try and just relax a little bit more. As if the arms are floating and then connect with this movement as if you can feel energy just pulling across and sending down to the earth for composting. And like that garden that will flourish, will bring up new fresh energy to the heart. And then exhale, send down any heavy energy. Go from the inhale. And then as you sweep clear, connect with the earth beneath you, the gravity beneath your feet, beneath the palms. Really become in tune with your senses, what's happening beneath the surface, the energy around you. As you relax even more, become more present, and be able to achieve that beautiful flow state of energy that might just start to tingle, lightness, buzzing. Coming back to the heart now as we hold. Bring the legs a little bit wider. And we bring a little bit more of a weight shift in to try and smooth out this weight Qi around us. So we take a nice inhale. And then exhale, you're going to start to lean your weight into your right leg as you sweep clear. Exhale down to the right. Inhale back as you come to center. Shifting the weight to the opposite side and exhale.
Sometimes it's not just our own energies that feel off balance. Sometimes it's somebody else's around us. So this is a beautiful way to really clear around those energies that feel a little bit off center. They're all around you from other people. So just creating that Wei Qi, that protection. If you have this protective bubble, beautiful flowing Qi all around your whole body.
And the beautiful thing about this Wei Qi, when you can make yours nice and smooth, not only is it contagious for everyone else around you, they want a little bit of that too. And they can like pick up on your energies and feel lighter. But it also gives you that emotional balance, that resiliency, and thus longevity moving forward. Just coming back to center now. With a few at the center, you just say to yourself at the finishing of your practice. One last time. Bring the hands down, back to that lower dantian, feet in together. And as this was a beautiful breathwork class, take a final inhale in through the nose, nice and long. And a long letting go, ah sound as you exhale through the mouth. Bringing the hands to your side, opening your eyes. And I really hope you feel the difference. A beautiful breathwork movement.
It doesn't take long, but really connecting with the breath, connecting with the present moment can really, really change your day.
Well, we wish you a wonderful week and we look forward to seeing you in the next class.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.